I've tested 25 different CFD brokers, and in this video I'm going to tell you why Rockwest is by far the best one on the market. More specifically, first I'm going to give you an overview of this broker. Then I'm going to log in my account to give you a tour of the backend and show you all the instruments that you can trade and the spreads that you can expect to get. And finally, I'm gonna tell you what in my opinion are all the pros and cons about this broker. If at any point during this video you also would like to try Rockwest, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description. Using that link will allow you to take advantage of an incredible promotion. In fact, if you open a standard account, you're going to receive a 100% deposit bonus up to $10,000. So, if you're serious about using the best CFD broker on the market, I suggest you use that link. And now, let's start with the video. So, I'm currently on the home page of Rockwest, and a few of the things that I would like to point out are the fact that Rockwest allow you to trade anywhere, anytime. In fact, once you open an account with them, you're gonna be able to use MetaTrader 5 to trade on your desktop, mobile and also web application. Not only that, if I keep scrolling down, we can also see that this broker received two important awards, one as the most trusted broker, and they received at the Money Expo 2023, and they also received another award as the most outstanding retail brokers received at the International Wealth Management and Financial Investment Forum that was held in Macau in 2025. Lastly, as you can see, this broker is also completely licensed and regulated. In fact, you can trade with confidence on Rockwest because they are fully regulated by the FSA of Seychelles. When it comes to instruments, Rockwest allow you to trade more than 230, and they are divided in various categories. The first one are Forex CFDs. I really like these instruments because when it comes to Rockwest, you have access to really low spreads, as I show you later, and you can also trade with a maximum leverage of up to 1 to 2000. The next instruments are commodities CFDs. Also in this case, the spreads are really competitive, but the leverage is a bit lower. In fact, the maximum leverage for this type of instruments is 1 to 400. Next, we have indices CFDs. A few of the characteristics that I really like about these instruments are the extremely low spread, the fast execution, the negative balance protection, and the fact that you can trade them without any limitation. In fact, every trading strategy is allowed. Lastly, we have crypto CFDs. Here is where I was really surprised because Rockwest give you the opportunity to trade more than 170 crypto CFDs, and also in this case the trading conditions are extremely good. So if you're somebody that is interested in trading crypto, I think that Rockwest is definitely a no-brainer because you won't find any other CFD broker that give you access to all of these crypto pairs. Another thing that I would like to point out is that all of these instruments, beside having really competitive spreads, they also have extremely fast execution speed. In fact, the average order is executed in just 0.0002 seconds, which, as you might imagine, is extremely fast. And the reason why Rockwest is able to offer such advantageous trading conditions is because they don't keep trades in-house, but they route client orders to the real market. This means that they don't trade against their clients because their business is based on volume, not client losses, and this of course create a win-win situation. Now, talking about tradings, all of the instruments that I just showed you can be traded using one of the two accounts that Rockwest currently offer. As you can see, you can pick between a standard account and a raw account. And now I'm gonna show you what are the main difference between these two. So, when it comes to the standard account, the minimum deposit is $50, while for the raw account, the minimum deposit is $250. The spread starts for 1.4 pips when it comes to the standard account, while for the raw account, they start from 0.0 pips. When it comes to trading commission, for the standard account is $0, so this means that you won't pay anything to open or close a position, while for the raw account the commission are $8 per lot, so this means that you're gonna pay $8 to open a position and $4 to close a position. When it comes to leverage, based on the instruments that you are trading is going to change. In fact, if you're using a standard account trading Forex, the maximum leverage allowed is going to be 1 to 2000. Instead, if you're trading Forex on a raw account, the maximum leverage is going to be 1 to 1000. When it comes to metals, for the standard accounts is 1 to 800, while for the raw account is 1 to 400. If you're trading indices, the leverage stayed the same both for the standard account and the raw account, and the maximum amount account is 1 to 100. Same things when it comes to commodities and also crypto, where the leverage for the standard account and the raw account stays the same. When it comes to account currency, as you can see, both the account only support USD. If you open a standard account, as I told at the beginning, you can enjoy a 100% deposit bonus up to $10,000, and you also can enjoy a withdrawable bonus of $2 per lot traded upon hitting a target. You are able to use copy trading if you pick a standard account, while for the raw account, copy trading is not available. You can also get a swap-free account upon request, but only for the standard account. The minimum tradable lots is 0.01 for both the account. The stop-off level is 30%, both for the standard account and also the raw account. The base currency for both the account is the US dollars. Both of the account can be traded using MetaTrader 5 or the Rockwest mobile app or the Rockwest Trade. Both of the accounts support one-click trading. You can use any strategies that you want. In fact, as you can see, you don't have any limitation. And finally, the standard account is most suitable for traders of all experience level, while the raw account is more suitable for high frequency traders and scalper. And the reason is because with the raw account you have better spreads, and these allow you to profit even from the smallest price movement. Finally, before I log in my account, I would like to point out that Rockwest is one of the few, if not the only broker that is part of the Plastic Bank program. And this of course is something positive, because it means that by just trading using this broker, you're contributing to a cleaner planet by helping reducing plastic waste in the oceans and helping community that need it the most. Now that I give you an overview of Rockwest, let me log in my account to give you a tour of the backend and show you all the instruments that you can trade and the spreads that you can expect to get. So I'm currently inside my Rockwest account, and now I would like to give you a complete tour of it. So the first thing that you're going to see once you log in is the recap of all your accounts. In fact, as you can see here, I can see all the live accounts that I have. Currently I only have one, which is a raw account, and also all the demo accounts that I have. In case, for example, I would like to open a new live account, what I need to do is simply come here where it says real account, click on it, and then as you can see, I cannot open a raw account because I already have one. So I'm gonna open a standard account. I just need to click on create account, select the leverage that I want to have. In this case, let's go for 1 to 500. Click on create account, and as you can see, the new account has been created. Now I can immediately do a deposit, or if I click here where it says return to accounts, as you can see, I go back to the interface with all my accounts, and the new account that I just created has just appeared here. Here on the right, I have the opportunity to make a deposit, do a withdraw, do an internal transfer, or if I click here on trade, I'm going to open the MetaTrader 5 web version, and I'm gonna be able to trade directly inside my browser. Same things when it comes to the demo account. The main difference is that, as you can see, I'm not able to do any withdrawal or internal transfer, but I'm able to deposit money. In fact, the balance that you see right now on both of these two accounts are of course paper money, and so I can have as many as I want. If I scroll down, I can also have an overview of all my copy trading accounts, but in my specific case I don't have any, and so the list here is empty. But below accounts, as I was telling you, if you click here where it says copy trading, you have access to the list of all the copy trading accounts that you can copy. And let's say, for example, that I would like to copy this first one, which is called Good Boy. I just need to click on it. I'm gonna have access to a complete overview of all the statistics of this specific trader. I'm also gonna get access to a description of the strategy. In this case, the description is pretty short, but as you can see, he also gives you access to a WhatsApp number. So in case you would like to copy this trader, you can contact him and maybe ask more information. Again, this is not something that you will find in all the traders, but in this specific case, he also gives us the opportunity to contact him on WhatsApp. Here, for example, you can see the Monty yield, you can see the yield, you can see the fee rate, you can see the age in weeks, you can see the traders count, so how many people are currently copying this specific trader, and here you can have an overview of the yield over time. In case you like what you're seeing and you would like to copy this specific strategy, you just need to copy here where it says copy. You're gonna have to input the amount of money that you want to use for every single trade, and at that point you're gonna start copying the specific trader. Now below this section you have the section related to finance. Binance is. So let's say for example that you would like to do a deposit, you just need to click on it. Here, as you can see, you have access to multiple deposit method, and this is something that I really like because as you can see, beside having access to cryptocurrencies, you can also do a SEPA payment, you can do a Swift payment, and you can also use local payment in case your location support it. In my specific case, I don't have access to this section because I'm in a country where this specific deposit method is not available. Below it, you have the opportunity to do internal transfer, so you can move money from one account to the other. You have the opportunity to make withdrawals, and as you can see, all the methods that you can use for your deposit are also available when it comes to withdrawals. So you can use Binance, you can use SEPA, Swift, and you can also use 2 different cryptocurrencies. You have the option related to local payments, but as I told you before, I cannot use it. Below it, you have the opportunity to download all the various trading platforms. So, as I told you at the beginning, you can either trade using the RockWest app that currently is only available on Android, or you can use MetaTrader 5, which is currently available on Android, iOS, and also Windows. So, this basically means that no matter which device you have, you're always gonna be able to trade on RockWest. Below the section related to files, you have a section related to partnership. This is only useful in case you want to refer traders to RockWest, but if this is not the case, you can completely ignore this section. Below it, you have a section related to news, technical analysis, and calendar. I really like this specific section. To be completely honest with you, it's nothing new or groundbreaking. In fact, a lot of other brokers also give you access to this type of information, but I always like when they are available because it shows me that this broker care. So as you can see here, you have basically a news feed with a few of the most important news that has recently happened and that might influence the market. Below it, you have a section related to technical analysis. These are basically signals, if you want to call them in this way, where they basically suggest you some possible trades based on their analysis. My personal suggestion is that you shouldn't trade only based on the information that you find here, but you should use them as inspiration or maybe even as a further confirmation if you were thinking about taking the same exact trade. So let's say for example in this case, as you can see here, we have AUD JPY, we have the trade ideas, so you have some stop out level, you have some price target, you have some entry levels, and you also have an explanation on why you should take this specific trade. Below the technical analysis section, we have the calendar. Again, this isn't something new or groundbreaking, but as I told you before, is something that I really enjoy to have inside my broker backend. As you can see, you have access to all the most important news that are about to happen. You can filter them based on the country. So currently we're watching news for the entire world, but let's say that you only want to see news for the USA, you just need to click on it, then click on apply. And as you can see now, we are only watching news that are related to the USA. And if you want to further filter them, you can also click here, and for example, you can only see high impact news, so the news that have a higher probability of impact the market. Below this section, you also have a section related to all the bonuses. So clicking on all bonuses, we can access all the bonuses that are currently available. So currently you can access the Copy Master Booster, which is related to copy trading, and you also have access to the bonus that I was telling you about in the beginning, where you can get a 100% deposit bonus if you decide to open a standard account and you deposit at least $100. Below it, you have a section related to contract specification. Personally, I don't think that a lot of traders will never even look at this specific page, but personally, as somebody who has tried a lot of different brokers, I found this section of the backend really refreshing because it showed that RockWest is a transparent broker. Because as you can see, you get access to all the contract specification for the various instruments that you can trade on RockWest. Most importantly, you can get access to the swap long and the swap short information for every single symbol, not only for the standard account, but also for the raw account. As I told you, I don't think that a lot of traders will never even look at this section, but for me this is something really positive because it shows that RockWest is a transparent broker and a broker that doesn't have anything to hide. Lastly, you have access to the support section. In fact, here you're gonna be able to open a support ticket in case you need to be helped with something. Not only you can get access to the support through this section, but here on the right corner, as you can see, you can also open the live chat and and you are able to chat directly with a RockWest support representative. So now that I give you a tour of the backend, let me log in my personal account to give you an idea of all the instruments that you can trade and the spreads that you can expect to get. This is my MetaTrader 5 account that I have with RockWest, and more specifically this is a raw account. So this means that the spread are going to be tighter, but at the same time I'm gonna have to pay commission every time I open or close a trade. And as you can see here on the left side, the spreads are incredible in my opinion. In fact, for every single forex major, the spreads are single digit, and also when it comes to gold, as you can see, the spreads is around 9-10, which again is something really good and something that not a lot of brokers are able to offer. More specifically, when it comes to Euro USD, the spread is around 1 or 0. For JBP USD, the spread is around 1 or 2. USD JPY spread of around 3 or 4. USD CAD spread about 8-9. This one is a bit higher compared to all the others, but still extremely good. Euro JBP spreads of around 2. AUD CAD spreads of around 7. So as I was telling you, the spreads are incredibly tight. But now let me add a few more instruments to this list and let's see how the spreads compare. So let me come here where it says symbols. So as you can see, the various instruments are divided in categories. I have access to the raw symbols, which are basically forex, forex exotics, indices, energies and metals, and also I have access to all the crypto CFDs that I was telling you before. Now let's click on forex major and let's add, for example, let's see, Euro JPY. So let me add this symbol. Then let's add Euro CAD. Let's add JBP JPY. Let's add JBP AUD. Okay, now let's go, for example, on the indices. So let's add US 500. Then let's add US 30, and let's also add UK 100. When it comes to metals, we already added gold, which is probably the most common. And when it comes to energies, let's add, for example, natural gas. I added a few of the instruments that I know are the most commonly traded, just to have an idea of the spread that you can expect to get. So as you can see, when it comes to Euro JPY, the spread also in this case is single digit. In fact, we have around 3 or 4. Euro CAD spreads of around 9-10, still good, but to be honest, a bit higher compared to all the others. JBP JPY spread of 8-9. In my opinion, this is great because this pair usually have a higher spreads compared to all the others due to its volatility. So having a single digit spread on this pair, in my opinion, is extremely good. JBP AUD also in this case spread of around 10-11, so still manageable. US 500 spread of 50, which in my opinion is pretty good considering that we are talking about indices. USD 30 spread of 170, UK 100 spread of 102. So in my opinion also the spreads for the indices are pretty good, and natural gas spread of 24. So in my opinion, as you have seen, when it comes to the raw account with RockWest, the spreads are incredibly good and incredibly tight, and personally I don't think that you won't have any problem trading with this condition. In fact, I will even go as far as saying that if you are not able to be profitable with this type of condition, the problem is not the broker, but the problem is probably your strategy. So now that I give you a complete overview of RockWest, let me tell you what in my opinion are all the pros and cons of this broker. So the first pro of RockWest are the low spreads. In fact, as I just show you, for most forex pairs you can expect to get single digit spread, and also for all the other instruments the spreads are really competitive, especially if you pick a raw account. The second pro of this broker is copy trading. In fact, thanks to this feature, also beginner traders are able to be profitable by simply copying and following the trades of more experienced trader. The third pro of RockWest is the high leverage. In fact, as we have seen, if you pick a standard account and you decide to trade forex, the maximum leverage that you're gonna be able to access is 1 to 2000, and also for all the other instruments and for the raw account the maximum available leverage is always high, giving you the opportunity to trade even if you don't have a big budget. The fourth pro of this broker is the deposit bonus. In fact, if you decide to use a standard account and deposit at least $100 $100, you're gonna be able to enjoy a 100% deposit bonus, which is basically going to double the amount in your account up to $10,000. The fifth and last pro of this broker is the fact that it is completely licensed and regulated. In fact, as I showed you at the beginning, RockWest is licensed by the FSA of Seychelles, which of course is a sign of trust, reliability, and most importantly, should make you feel safe when depositing your money inside this broker. Now, let's talk about the cons of RockWest. Personally, the only cons that I found about this broker is that you can only trade using MetaTrader 5. I know that for many traders this won't be a major issue since they're already familiar with this trading platform, but for others, especially for those that are more used to platforms like TradeLocker or TradingView, it might take some time to adjust. The good news is that MetaTrader 5 is also available in the WebTrader version, which feels more similar to TradeLocker or TradingView. Not only that, if you decide to trade on mobile, RockWest also gives you access to the RockWest app on Android. So overall, even if RockWest is only available on MetaTrader 5, I think that if you really want to use this broker, you will find different ways to overcome this problem and enjoy all the different pros that this broker offers. So there you have it. This was my review of RockWest, which in my opinion is the best CFD broker currently on the market. As I told at the beginning, if you also would like to try it, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description. Using that link will allow you to take advantage of an incredible promotion. In fact, if you decide to open a standard account, you're going to receive a 100% deposit bonus up to $10,000. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, and until next time, happy trades!